Let's bring in defense attorney Jeff Gold. He's been in that courtroom. We talked a little bit about that testimony, and Jeff, you were just telling me a couple of seconds ago that it became even more powerful as the day went on. Give us the latest.
It really did, Mike. After the direct and the cross, there was a redirect by the state, and I guess the state, realizing that the witness had not been that effective, went into a little bit more detail, and she became more effective because on redirect she said things like Kathy was insistent. Kathy repeatedly said, Kathy begged me. And, of course, as you said, the ultimate statement was that Drew told Kathy was going to kill her and she would never get his pension or kids. So it was much more forceful because she said she was insistent, begging her. Now, on recross, however, she admitted that even though she was so concerned, she never sent these kids, her nephews, a birthday card or a Christmas card ever since Kathy's death. So, of course, the implication was, how concerned could she have been that her nephews were living with a murderer? Now, that wasn't all. At one point on recross, the defense attorney, Joe Lopez, was asking her to read from a death certificate. And each time there would be an objection that she shouldn't just read for it. The judge would overrule it and say, the document speaks for itself. You can say it. So that happened again and again. The judge said the document will speak for itself. The document will speak for itself. Finally, when asked the question a fourth time, the witness simply said to the lawyer, well, the document speaks for itself. At that point, the courtroom erupted in belly laughs. But the judge didn't take it that way. He was not amused. He took it out on this witness, admonished her not to mock the court, and further said that she should not try to do that again. I got to tell you, Mike, it was kind of unbelievable. This poor witness, really, you could tell, meant nothing by it. She thought she was just answering the right way. That sister walked out of the courtroom trembling.
Wow. And not in the emotions we'd think, right? I mean, you'd think she was talking about her sister's death. You'd get emotions, reliving the hurt and the pain, and it wasn't that. He was the judge coming at her. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, number one, is she done? Is she coming back Tuesday? And at the end of the day, I mean, did she play well for the prosecutors?
You know, I think in the end she didn't play as well as they wanted to. Again, I thought it was a little bit better. But, boy, the courtroom, for her to be leaving, being berated by the judge, that's a devastating, way to break for the 3-day, weekend. They're not coming back till Tuesday. This was some of the most dramatic testimony, supposedly, for the state. This is where out of Drew's mouth is supposed to be the death threat, and linking it to the motive, which is the pension and the kids. And yet at the same time, we heard belly laughs, and then we heard the judge admonishing this witness. Oh, it wasn't the state's best day, and they haven't had any good days so far.
But what about you and I talked about real quick, the hearsay. I mean, the drama of this is, and the headline is that words from beyond the grave. It's Kathleen Savio through her sister saying he's going to kill me, and basically planning for that. Was it as powerful as it sounds in court, and do you think it stuck with the jury?
Well, I don't think it was as powerful. I thought some of the most powerful information I ever heard on a subject like that was Nicole Brown Simpson, in the O.J. Simpson case, and that didn't end up convicting O.J., and I thought it was more powerful with pictures of this is how I've been beaten up, and this is what he's done to me.
Right.
And this was 8 years later, and I thought that the defense ended on a good point where they said, look, you're so concerned. You never sent your nephews a birthday card or a Christmas card. And again, the implication, they're living with a murderer. How real could you have taken these threats? You didn't go to the police about them. You went to Greta Van Susteren, eventually.
Right.
Now, I will say one more thing. The state was again hamstringed by this judge who was at every turn overruling state's objection and sustaining the defense objections. He would not let them get into the idea of Stacey being missing. Stacey Peterson, of course, the fourth wife.
Fourth wife, yeah.
Because the defense kept saying, you didn't bring this up till 2007. You didn't bring this up till 2007. And, of course, the obvious implication is, well, I didn't bring it up because when, Stacey went missing, we all said, oh, now we really know. So he wouldn't let them bring that up as an explanation for why she waited so long. I think the judge
Why not?
Great hindrance.
That is the explanation. Why do you not let that in? Fourth wife goes missing, so then it's like maybe we should relook at the death of Kathleen, wife number 3.
And Mike, I tell you, I think if you were here, you'd be outraged. I don't think you could be in this courtroom and not think that this judge is leaning towards the defense side. Now, look,
wow.
I'm just trying to be objective here, but when you listen to it, every objection by the state is overruled. Most of the objections by the defense are sustained. I just don't know. Is Stacey's disappearance prejudicial, which is what the judge said? It was too prejudicial? Maybe. But on the other hand, if you're going to cross-examine a witness and make a jury think that they sat on their hands for 3 years without understanding the elephant in the room as well, when the fourth wife went missing, we all started thinking about it again.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jeff, again, great job. We'll continue to talk as the trial moves forward. Again, more drama in that courtroom. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.